Hello students, welcome into the another session of CS02 Programming in C. As all of you know that we have successfully completed with the unit number 4 as per the prescribed syllabus of Saurashtra University. Now we are going to start with unit number 3 as per the syllabus. So let's see about the content that we have to discuss in CS02 in unit number 3. Unit number 3, the title of this particular unit is given library function. In this unit, various library function we have to discuss, like string function, they have XYZ functions. Then there is a mathematical functions, even it contains various function, date and time function, input output formatting function, miscellaneous functions, standard library function, memory allocation function. These are the library functions which we have to discuss. Then type of user defined function, if you remember, then this concept is already covered in this particular unit when we are discussing about UDF with structure. So this is already completed. Then there is a pointer. This pointer is also given as a separate topic unit in our entire syllabus. Then there is a function call, function call by value, function call by reference, recursion, storage classes, passing and returning the value. So these are the topic that we are going to discuss in library function. Now in this unit, main attraction is types of library functions. Even this question is little bit important into the Saurashtra University examination, or you can say the university examination. Question may be asked like this: write a short note on types of library function, or even they can ask a separate question like this: explain any two string library function with suitable syntax and example. Explain any two string library function with suitable syntax and example. Or question might be like this: explain any two mathematical library function with suitable syntax and example, and so on. આ બધા જે લાઇબ્રેરી ફંક્શન્સ આપેલા છે એના સેપરેટ ક્વેશ્ચન પણ પૂછી શકાય. So without wasting more time, let's start with string function. First we need to discuss about string function. Now into the string function, topics are given like this. First one is strcpy, then strncpy, then strcat, then strncat, then strchr, then strrchr, then strcmp, then strncmp, then strsvn, then strcspn, stradn, then strpbrk, then strstr, and then strt. Okay, fine. So these are the multiple string library functions. These are the multiple functions we have to discuss in string library functions. Obviously, we are starting with the first one, that is strcpy. So let's keep all this separate. Let me put it in lower part. We'll discuss about strcpy. But before that, we should require to know that what is string function. The general definition of string function says that these are the group of function which is only applicable to the string, and as per the theoretical representation of a particular function, it will give you the output. That means this function is designed to execute for the specific task. Now, suppose we want to use any of the string handling function in programming in C, then special library function we need to include into the program, that is string.h. That means before writing a main executable statement of the program, you need to include string.h into the group of library functions. Now let's start with the practical which handles the various string handling functions. So what I am doing first is I am writing hash include string.h into the group of library function, and this is compulsory whenever you are using special library functions. One more thing which I forgot to tell you into the theoretical session. Let me go back into the notepad session. String means what? String means it is a group of alphabets. Means whenever we are writing a group of alphabets, it creates a one string. Every alphabets are stored on a desired location. Say for example, I'm just writing MVM, then the stored location of this MVM string is 0, 1 and 2. Now what is the purpose of strcpy? The purpose of strcpy is it's a string copy command. Let's go in C now. Here you can see the detailed theory of this particular function. It copies the source string into the destination string. This is the definition of strcpy command. Again I am repeating my words. strcpy command copy the source string into the destination string. That means for writing this particular program, we need a one source string which is going to be overwritten into the destination string. Let's try to implement the code for the same. After writing this string.h, what I am doing is void main into the opening and closing bracket character a into the bracket 10 then CLRSCR, and then here I am defining another string like say for example MVM, and then into the printf statement, I am writing %s for the string and strcpy function with the source string and the destination string. Let's check for the syntactical error. Something is wrong. Let's check again. As you can see, now there are no syntactical errors. We can go for execution phase of the program. What it does, it copies the source string, that is mbm, and it stores inside this variable called a, and then it prints the same onto the screen, right? Now what I'm doing is I'm just increasing the size of this particular string by more than 10 characters. mbm College of Commerce Management and IT Rajkot. I hope these are the more number of characters than the defined size. Let's see what happened now. It stores the entire string into the destination variable and it prints same onto the screen. Let's check again into the theoretical portion, strcpy. So it works properly. Now let's see this program in Notepad for better visibility. This is the code. What I have done first is I have included a specific library function called hash include string.h into the program. Then into the void main statement, sorry, then into the void main statement there is an opening and closing bracket, and I have declared a one character array whose size is 10. Then I have taken another variable called b. I have declared it as a pointer. We'll discuss on more about this pointer later on, but yet I have introduced it into the very basic program. And into the double inverted comma I have given the name of our college. Then after the basic CLR function I have used strcpy function. Now as per the syntactical part of strcpy function, first we need to give the source, first we need to give the destination, and then we have to give the source. So the destination is character array which is blank, and source is the string which I have written over here as a b, which contains name of our college. This particular function copies the entire string from variable called b into the variable called a, and prints the same value of variable b onto the screen. So this is the use of strcpy function. Let's move on. Next one is strncpy. Next function is strncpy. I think let's go directly into the C. No need to write over here. The output of strncpy is similar to the output of strcpy, but there is a minor internal difference between these two functions. What strncpy exactly does? It also copies the content from source to destination, but it copies the entire content from source to destination character by character. That means it pick up the first character from the source and it put into the destination, then it puts the second character and so on up to the last character. It copies the alphabet from source to destination. Now what will be the program for the same? Program remains same. Just single change we need to do is here into the function we have to write strncpy, and then we have to give the third parametric value. Sorry, you are not over here. We have to write into the function. Then it copies the first three characters and put it into the output variable. Let me increase the size from 3 to 10. It gives the first 10 characters onto the screen. Let me increase to maximum 100. It gives the entire string. Clear? Let me again repeat the theoretical session of strncpy. strncpy is similar like strcpy. It copies the content of source into the destination, but the difference between the previous and this particular example is that strncpy copies character by character from source to destination. Whatever the length you gives, as per that need, it picks up the character and put it into the destination string. Say for example, here I have given the length of characters is 3. What it does, it picks up the first 3 characters and it prints onto the screen. For example, here I am incrementing the value of the length of string. It picks up the first 13 characters and it prints same onto the screen. Space is also counted as a special character. Let's see this program into the notepad for better visibility. This is the program. Here I have changed strcpy to strncpy, and then after comma here I have given the length of characters which I want to copy from variable b to variable a. So please note down the two definitions which we have recently done. The definition number 1, write a program to demonstrate the use of strcpy function. This is definition number 1. Definition number 2, write a program to demonstrate the use of strncpy function. So these are the two different types of definition that we have recently done. As this is a video lecture, no need to wait for some moment. You can pause the video and you can write down the program. We'll move ahead for demonstrating the another function. The next function is strcat function. So let's discuss about strcat function. strcat function is a string concatenating function. That means it appends one string to another string. Let's see this thing practically, so it will becomes more easier for all of you, all of us, that how actually it works. For this what I am doing is, first of all here I am writing strcat, then here one more variable I am declaring, a is equals to in variable I am writing MVM college, and into the variable number 2 I am writing Rajkot. Then strcat a concatenates b. Fine. Let's check will it work or not. Right. As you can see that both the strings are appended, and without putting a space it prints MVM college as a common string onto the screen. That is the function of strcat function. Let me repeat it again. As you can see onto the screen, after the necessary library functions, there is a void main statement, and into the opening and closing bracket, first variable I have declared a and stored a static string, that is MVM college. Then next variable is b, in which I have stored another value that is called as Rajkot. Then after CLR SCR statement, into the printf by writing percentage s comma strcat, the source string and the destination string I have passed as a parametric value into the strcat function, and then by executing this program I can see that MVM and college together prints as a common string without putting a space onto the screen. strcat function will not put automatically the space between the first and the second string. What if I does like this? That means I have changed the value of b by putting a previous space before the word called Rajkot. At that time it puts the space between MVM college and Rajkot, but as far as the logic is concerned, this will not allowed. Now let's see this program into the notepad for better visibility. After writing the necessary library function, there is a void main statement, opening and closing bracket, character A MVM college, character B is Rajkot, CLR SCR, printf percentage %d, string concatenating function, A and B. A is concatenated by B and it prints the common string onto the screen. So this is the use of strcat function. Now what I'm trying to do is, let me remove the pointer. Let me explain you it in some another way. integer a into the bracket 10 and integer b into the bracket 10, printf, enter your first value, enter your first value, scanf, ધીમે બોલો ને ભાઈ, બાજુમાં બેસો, ધીમે બોલું, %d, sorry, %s and %a, printf, enter your second value, scanf, %s, %b, then printf, %s, comma, strcat into the bracket a, comma b, semicolon, get ch. Let's see, will it work or not? mbm, then Rajkot. mbm Rajkot is there onto the screen. So I have written this particular program without the use of pointer, because pointer is still to be discussed as far as the syllabus is concerned. Let me change the string variable name by BCA semester 1. So BCA semester 1 is together onto the screen. I'm just giving a prefixed output label, the concatenated output is, the concatenated output is ABC XYZ. So ABC XYZ should be there onto the screen. Let's see this program in Notepad now. These are the necessary library functions. Then into the void main statement, opening and closing brackets. Two array variables I have declared with the size called 10. Then CLR SCR, one label for informing the user to enter his or her first value, which stores inside the variable called a. Then it asks for entering the second value, which stores inside the variable called b. And strcat function concatenates these two values called a and b and prints same onto the screen by giving the prefix label called the concatenated output is. Write down the definition for this particular program. Write a program to demonstrate the use of strcat function. Write a program to demonstrate the use of strcat function. So this was all about strcat function. Similar function is strncat. There is a difference of one character only, that is n. This function copies the entire string from source to destination, but if we use strncat, the output remains same, but the difference is what? It copies character by character from source to destination. As you can see that I have changed from strcat to strncat, and let me execute this particular program. and fine. Now there are no syntactical errors. First string I am giving MVM College Rajkot, and the output is the concatenated output is MVM College. That means it extracted the number of values and it prints the same onto the screen. In this particular program, no need to give the second variable, so I am just removing it. Let me check once again. We need to give it. Sorry. Print enter your second value. Destination should be given scanf percentage s comma %b and then a comma b comma 3. Let's run and let me give this MVM then college. So it gives MVM college. These are the 3 characters from the second outputted string. First 3 character has been extracted from the entire string and it prints MVM college as a concatenated string onto the screen. Now let's see this program in Notepad. These are the entry of 2 strings, then into the printf statement. The concatenated output is %s strncat a and b comma 3. That means it will extract the first 3 characters from the second string and it concat with the first string and prints the entire string onto the screen. So write down the definition of this particular program. Write a program to demonstrate the use of strncat function. This is the definition. So that was all about today's lecture. We need to complete this lecture right now. We'll continue with the discussion of another function in next lecture. Thank you very much students for listening me and have a nice day.